Throughout history, spinning yarns, weaving, knitting fabrics, and sewing garments have all relied on the hard work of women. From the time of the cottage industries through the Industrial Revolution and to today's modern factories, the work of women drives the fashion industry. Women make up the vast majority of workers for many sectors of the supply chain that make our clothes. But like many other industries, some of these women are underpaid, suffer from various forms of discrimination, and are unable to progress to higher paid, more secure jobs. But now, in a more open society, where we all have more choices, why do women continue to work in an industry that has historically undervalued women's work? What does working in the modern supply chains of the fashion industry have to offer women?
I studied for a BSc in chemistry at Namakkal. Then I worked in a college, doing some office work, but this was a bit dull, and so I decided to get a job working in textiles and this dye house. I like working here. We have lots of freedom and everyone gets on with each other. Lots of women work here. I work full-time and also raise my family. It is a bit difficult, but both my sons help me doing the household chores and my husband also helps me. We all work together at home. I want my sons to be educated, but I don't want them working in textiles. My oldest wants to do engineering and my youngest is studying mathematics, so I want him to pursue his career in auditing. I was working as a school teacher, but the hours weren't convenient. And then I heard about this job here. I came to see the work and then decided to quit the teaching job. The office hours are more convenient and I work 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. The office is feeling like another home because everyone is friendly and we have fun. I have been working here for 20 years and have moved up from being the receptionist to managing employees' pay and purchasing. By 5 p.m. sharp, I can leave the office so I can have free time at home to relax. At home, I will tend to the vegetable garden and do other chores like mending clothes, and I also take care of my daughter. She is interested in drawing, but she told me she wants to become a scientist. I want her to choose what she wants to do. It's not for me to tell her what to do. I just want to make her dream come true. Whatever she wants to do, I want to make it happen. I am not sure if I will be able to fulfill her dreams, but I will definitely support her in whatever way possible. I trained to be a tailor and it's a job I really enjoy. So when a friend told me about this company, I applied and came here to work. There are many people from my village who have come here for work, but I am the first woman. I am the first woman to step out of the family home to work in this factory. The factory is a long way from home, but we can earn good money by working here. I have many relatives who work here now, and I feel safe. It is a decent environment for women, people are respectful, they listen to you, so I really like it here. But it is tiring work. I have a son, and I have lots of dreams for him. Doesn't every mother dream of success for her child? I can't pay for the education he would need to become a doctor or an engineer. But I want him to stand on his own feet and get a good job that pays well. I really want him to make it big, so I try my best to make sure he studies hard. My entire purpose is to help the future of my son, but whether this dream will turn into a reality is something that is in the hands of the Almighty. I was very young when my father died. We didn't have enough money to buy food, so it was impossible for me to stay at school. You had to pay to go to school. So I was married and I moved out of the family home and got a job to earn money. I got this job 2 years ago. A friend showed me the advert for the factory and the work pays well. I moved here. It's 1,000 miles from my home, but I like the work. When it is time for work, I come to the factory. When my shift is finished, I go home and I will cook dinner. I stay at home and don't go out. We are poor, but whatever I earn, I use to educate my child. He is not here, but in the family village with my husband's brother and his family. I hope the more he studies, the more he will progress. I always wanted to have a good job, but because I couldn't stay at school, I trained to be a tailor. I wanted to join the police force. I trained to sew in my home state, 2000 miles away, and then I got a job here. I am the first girl from my village to work here, but there are lots of girls from other villages. We live in the company accommodation. It is a nice place to live. I really like working here. I like sewing. But when I wanted to come to work here, the other villagers said that girls shouldn't go out to work. They said I would get spoiled. But that's not true. I want to tell these villagers that girls can go out to work. It is our choice. I am a housewife and a farmer. We own 3 cows, a coconut plantation and the cotton farm. Me and my mother-in-law have been growing cotton for more than 20 years, while my husband works as a fitter. More women are getting into work than in the old days. They have more interest in learning something new. They are becoming more involved and are being bolder. They are asking why it is only men can do this job. Women are very passionate, and if they wanted to do something, then they should do it. I have to manage housework and my office work. So I wake up at 4 a.m. and keep running until 11 p.m. I do my household chores and then start work on the early shift and organize the production for spinning, making sure the cotton is ready for processing and the machines are all set up for the right yarn count. I will finish my office work at 3 p.m. and then I go home to do more chores at home. I joined the company when I was just 17 years old. I was from a poor family and we suffered a lot because of our poverty. My father could not pay for me to study after my 12th standard. So I came to work at this mill. I have been working here for 23 years. I started by sweeping the floors, but now I have really good job. This job has given me a better life and I am respected by other people. When I first started here, it was only women who worked in the mill. There were so many people here. There were 3 hostels filled with only women workers. But over time, as women started leave, because of marriage and all, more men started coming here for work. We have workers traveling over 1,000 miles to work in this factory. It is difficult to start my shift at 7 a.m. because I have to take care of cooking and my daughters, making sure they get to school. And then in the evening, I have to take care of them, do the cooking and send them to tuition. I have 2 daughters, but I can't afford the best education. But if they study really well, then I want them to choose what they want to do with their life. My father passed away when I was very young, and I had to come to work in this mill after my 10th standard. I never had dreams about what I could do, but I don't want them to suffer like me. I want them to be happy. I like my job at the mill and do it willingly. This job satisfies me and helps me support my daughter's schooling. I wanted to be a teacher when I was younger, but I did not study hard enough. But I have been working here for 10 years and now I train the new girls to do their jobs. Some have traveled a long way and don't know our language. So we have to teach this as well. It makes me very happy to train the women and see them improve. My daughter is in her 8th standard and she wants to be a doctor. I'll try to help her achieve her dream, but it is just me and her. I am up at 4 a.m. and have to cook and get her ready for school and be in the company by 6 a.m. It takes 55 minutes to get to the mill, but I am normally home by 4:30. Then I take care of my daughter and then will go for sleep. The next day is the same routine. That's how it goes. A couple of generations ago, it was difficult for women to have jobs in mills or to run a business. It wasn't allowed or permitted. But my father-in-law thought women should not be stuck at home doing the cooking only, and he encouraged me to get into business. Women now have more freedom and they come to our city and to this mill to work. They don't want to stay at home. They want to go to work. And it's not just that they want an income. They want to have their independence and not have to rely on others for money. But other things have changed. We used to have around 1,000 women working here, but We have more machines now, and we need only 400 workers, and some of these are men, for cleaning the cotton. I have been working here for 25 years, and now I manage 100 people, and I have 2 sons. I wanted them to study as much as they can, and I hope they can get a good job. I wanted to study well, but it was difficult when I was young, and I finished school at 6th standard. But now, young girls want to study more, and they are choosing to do their higher studies. And then, they are looking for opportunities which would suit their qualifications. So most of the people left working here are old ladies.
Working in spinning mills, fabric manufacturing, dye houses, and garment factories is hard work, with women working long hours. But many women from different places and from different backgrounds, have been able to take control of their lives, to earn more money, to support their family, and even progress within the workplace through their jobs in the fashion and textile industry. There is still a lot of work to be done to improve gender equality for female workers. But we can see for some women that things are starting to improve, and their work and their contribution is becoming much more valued. The changing nature of women's work in the fashion industry hopefully means we can look forward to more stories of hope from these women. Wouldn't it be great to learn more about the journey your clothes have taken and hear more from female workers across the whole of the fashion supply chain?